Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Almost Our World, and I hope you guys are well, doing fine. And it's very hot today. Okay, Ante, how are you?
I'm good. I'm very hot.
Yeah, it's like crazy hot. It's like a summer today.
Yeah, it does feel like summer, doesn't it?
Hmm. Oh wow, so I'm wearing like a t-shirt. Yeah.
Me too.
By the way, this is a Nike t-shirt. It says "Made you look." You know what? You know why there's like a underline right here? I couldn't figure it out.
No, I don't think there's a reason. Just
Is this
style.
like, is this like supposed to be like the eye, like maybe like an eye? Like it made you look. There's like one eye open and one eye's blinking. No, not really.
Okay, I mean, could be. It's a creative way of looking at it.
Yeah, maybe, but okay. This is nothing related to this. Nothing relating to this like topic today, but like I was just curious. All right, so let's start the lesson and look at my background and what's. Can you see me? Yeah, you can see it now. Lots of food and it says protein. And Dante, what is your background?
My background is Jack and Draco.
Oh, the boy.
The boy in lesson 3.
Okay, so like today, Jack and the protein. Let's see what's gonna happen. All right. Okay, so as usual, we're gonna start from the new words for the part 2. Okay. Okay, Ante, you wanna do the new word? Here we go.
All right, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, I'll start. Database.
Database.
I think Americans might say database.
Yeah, database data. It's kind of like funny because like Americans say database, but like when they say data, they say data.
Oh, do they?
Or like maybe some of them say data. Yeah, maybe data, but like data. In Australia, it's data.
We say data.
Okay. All right, let's go with database.
Data and database. Same in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, database. And then protein.
Protein. It's not okay. Japanese we say protein, but like it's protein, right? Protein.
No, teen, like teenager.
Yeah, like teenager. Yeah. Okay. Could you repeat one more time?
Protein.
Protein.
Marker.
Marker.
Actually.
Actually.
Obstacle.
Oh, could you say that again?
Obstacle.
Obstacle.
Overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Focus.
Focus.
Affect.
Affect. All right. That's not a lot, a couple new words.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and we'll go on to the chorus reading next. And I got your data. Yeah, I got your data here. Wait, did I? PowerPoint, part 3, intro, part 3. Here we go. Yep. Is it Jack? Okay, let's go.
All right, let's start. On the internet, he came across a database of proteins.
He came across a database of proteins.
Found in pancreatic cancer patients.
Found in pancreatic cancer patients.
He thought that if there was a protein
that
increased from the early stages of the disease, it could be used as a marker. to detect the disease.
To detect the disease.
But Jack hit a wall.
But Jack hit a wall.
The number of proteins in the database.
The number of proteins in the database
Was no less than 8,000.
Was no less than 8,000.
What do you think he did?
What do you think he did?
Actually, he remembered talking to Uncle Ted.
He remembered talking to Uncle Ted
about his future dreams.
About his future dreams.
Jack wanted to be a doctor.
Jack wanted to be a doctor.
To help people.
To help people.
Uncle Ted said.
Uncle Ted said.
When obstacles appear overwhelming.
When obstacles appear overwhelming.
Stay focused on.
Stay focused on.
Who could be affected by your work.
Who could be affected by your work.
And all the good.
And all the good.
It could do.
It could do.
Remember the patient.
Remember the patient.
Those words kept Jack going.
Those words kept Jack going.
He went through the whole database.
He went through the whole database.
Checking each protein.
Checking each protein.
One by one.
One by one.
In the end. He came across one protein.
He came across one protein.
That had increased from the early stages of the disease.
That had increased from the early stages of the disease.
He had found the marker.
He had found the marker. All right, fantastic. And second time, could you do it with the natural speed, faster, and I'll go mute. Okay, Ante, whenever you're ready.
And I'll pause after each, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, let's start. On the internet, he came across a database of proteins found in pancreatic cancer patients. He thought that if there was a protein that increased from the early stages of the disease, it could be used as a marker to detect the disease. But Jack hit a wall. The number of proteins in the database was no less than 8,000. What do you think he did? Actually, he remembered talking to Uncle Ted about his future dreams. Jack wanted to be a doctor, to help people. Uncle Ted said, when obstacles appear overwhelming, stay focused on who could be affected by your work and all the good it could do. Remember the patient. Those words kept Jack going. He went through the whole database, checking each protein one by one. In the end, he came across one protein that had increased from the early stages of the disease. He had found the marker.
All right, thanks, Ante. And now we're going to shadowing. Okay, we will look at Ante's, mouth and facial expressions, and we will shadow Ante. Okay, Ante, you can, could you read without the pause, and you can just like read it smoothly. We'll follow you. Try to follow you.
Okay, no problem. All right, are you ready? Okay, let's start. On the internet, he came across a database of proteins found in pancreatic cancer patients. He thought that if there was a protein that increased from the early stages of the disease, it could be used as a marker to detect the disease. But Jack hit a wall. The number of proteins in the database was no less than 8,000. What do you think he did? Actually, he remembered talking to Uncle Ted about his future dreams. Jack wanted to be a doctor to help people. Uncle Ted said, when obstacles appear overwhelming, stay focused on who could be affected by your work and all the good it could do. Remember the patient. Those words kept Jack going. He went through the whole database, checking each protein one by one. In the end, he came across one protein that had increased from the early stages of the disease. He had found the marker.
All right, great. And lastly, we'll go on to the site translation, but actually it's more like, simultaneous translation, okay? I will read the Japanese phrases, so you'll translate the phrases into English simultaneously, okay? All right, are you ready? And as usual, of course, please record yourself and listen to it listen to yourself, okay? For practice. All right, let's go. インターネットで彼がタンパク質のデータベースを見つけた。膵臓がん患者に見つかる。彼は考えた。もしもタンパク質があるとしたら何々だと。病気の初期の段階から増加する。それはマーカーとして使えるかもしれない。この病気を見つけるための。しかし、ジャックは壁にぶち当たった。データベースにあるタンパク質の数は8000もあった。彼はどうしたと思うだろうか。実は、彼はテッドおじさんに語ったことを思い出した。将来の夢について。ジャックは医師になりたかった。人々を助ける。テッドおじさんは言っていた。障害がとてつもなく大きく見えるときは、集中し続けなさい。君の仕事によって誰が影響を受ける可能性があるかに。そしてすべての良いことに。それがなし得る。患者のことを忘れないで。その言葉がジャックを前進させた。彼はデータベースのすべてを細かく調べ、それぞれのタンパク質を確認した。一つ一つ。ついに、あるタンパク質を見つけた。この病気の初期段階から増加していた。彼はマーカーを見つけたのだ。 Okay, that's it. All right, and let's go into the next task. We'll share my screen and go on the words and phrases which I want to expand. And after that, we'll go into the worksheet. All set, Ante?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, like this. I'm going to share screen. Okay. Okay, so there's part 2. Here we go. All right. Let's start from the fourth paragraph. On the internet, he came across a database of proteins found in a pancreatic cancer patient. Okay. The first phrase is the first, phrase came across. He came across. Okay, come across, came across. Right. So what do you think? Okay, here's the question. Please make this. Try to say this word into one word. Make it into one word. Similar words. Came across. Can you guess, Ante?
Can I answer?
Mm-hmm.
I think found.
Found, yeah, found. Very good. Yeah, I think it's found too. Yeah, he found a database of proteins found in a pancreatic cancer patient. It's exactly the same meaning. And also, Auntie, when you like meet people on the street, do you also say, I came across with Jack?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah.
So it's like a similar to run into, right? Run into.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So there's like a phrase called run into. Run is R-U-N, hashiru, into, okay? Run into, that means you meet someone coincidentally. Like you meet someone, on the street, just like same as like come across. So he came across, so come across has like two meanings, to find and or like to meet someone, yeah? Okay, and next one. He thought that if there was a protein that increased from the early stage of the disease, it could be used as a marker to detect the disease. But Jack hit the wall. Yeah, hit the wall is like same as Japanese, 壁に当たる, hit the wall. Jack は壁に当たった. Jack hit the wall. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's exactly the same. Jack は壁に当たった. Jack hit the wall. Yeah. The number of proteins in the, but like Ante, like, how about if I say Jack hit the wall with a bat?
Yeah, it's a different meaning there.
That's a different meaning, right? So if you if you say he hit the wall with a bat, that means like he hit the wall with a bat, like to break the wall.
He really hit a wall.
Yeah, but like this is not like actually hitting the wall. It's there's like the obstacle, right? Yeah.
Figurative language.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And next one, the number of proteins in the database was no less than 8,000. Okay, no less than. I think we had this expression like in the former lessons, maybe lesson 1 or 2. So no less than means there's like a more than you expect, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
There's no less than. It's like 8,000 もあったね。It's no less than 8,000以上あった。No less than. That means a lot. Yeah, no less than 8,000. Okay. Yeah, and what do you think he did? Actually, so this word actually, I think we use like actually a lot. It's a really convenient word. Well, like what kind of situation do you use actually, Ante?
Difficult question for me to think about, actually. I guess when I'm trying to confirm something, like, for example, yesterday I told you that today I was going to go to the supermarket, and then you asked me today, later, so did you go to the supermarket? And then I'll say, actually, I went to the Konbini because I didn't have enough time to go to the supermarket.
Yeah,
so
like
kind of like saying really, or what really happened.
Like when you slightly change like the information, you use like actually, right?
Right.
Yeah. Or like as I said like 30 seconds ago, Ante, you want to ask this question? Wait, hold on. Actually, I'll ask this question. Like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, please answer the question. Oh, wait. Actually, I will answer. So you can use actually a lot. It's a really, really convenient word for me, at least. All right, actually, he remembered talking to Uncle Ted about his future dreams. Jack wanted to be a doctor to help people. Uncle Ted said, when obstacles appear overwhelming, I think this is kind of difficult, yeah? Obstacles, overwhelming. So overwhelming means something really, really difficult, yeah? Tough, yeah? And so obstacle, that's 障害ね, appear, overwhelming. So appear and overwhelming at the same time. I mean, the obstacle is over. This actually means like the obstacles they are talking about is overwhelming, right?
Right.
So that's really, really difficult. Wall, right? Jack hit a really, really difficult wall. I mean, yeah, difficult wall, which is overwhelming.
Right.
So
you could replace the word appear with seem or look. Yeah.
Look overwhelming.
Yeah, when obstacles look overwhelming, yeah, you could say. Or when obstacles seem overwhelming.
Oh, when obstacles seem overwhelming, or when obstacles look overwhelming. Yeah.
Right.
When like an obstacle is like super, I mean difficult. It's a tough. Yeah. And stay focused. Yeah. Stay focused means to keep focused for whole time, right?
Right.
I think we hear a lot of like this phrase. I mean, stay something, in the present perfect. I mean, past perfect, past perfect sense. I think when like we listen to the radio, the jockey, like the DJ, a lot of time they say, stay tuned.
Right.
Yeah, that means like do not change the tune. I mean, channel. Stay tuned.
Right.
Yeah, that's stay focused. So keep like keep the how do you say, the focused. Keep yourself focused for whole time. Yeah.
Right.
On who could be affected by your work and all the good it could do. Wait, hold on. Here's like the word I'm gonna add good right here. So good is this good is a noun. That means like it's 良いことね. It's a good thing or like something is good for someone. But like if you add s, good, that's totally different meaning, right?
Right.
Good and good. So if you like add s and make it good, that means you go to the Arashi concert or you went to like an idol concert and I bought some goods. Yeah, that's like people say goods. In Japanese, Japanese people like to say goods a lot.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
The
items, that's goods. But like without s, good, that's not the the items. That's about like all the good things. Okay. Both are noun, but like a meaning different.
Right.
All right. And next one, remember the patient. Yeah, remember. I don't know why I highlight this one, but like remember the patient. Remember, that means do not forget. Remember the patient. You have any? I mean, I don't know. I don't know much to talk about this one. Remember the patient. Do not forget about the patient.
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget the patient.
Yeah.
Or always think about the patient.
Yeah.
Remember the patient.
To think about the patient all the time. All right. Sorry about that. I currently I forgot like why I highlight this one. All right. The next one. Those words kept Jack going. He went through the whole database. Okay, this went through. How do you explain this went through, Ante?
So pretend I have a box full of pens or pencils, and I want a pencil that's the color yellow. So I have to go through all of the pencils to find a yellow one. So you go through everything, look through everything.
Yeah. So go through and look through everything it's not like there is a whole database or whole pencil like in front of you and you walk through. It's not like that. It's
No.
look through. It's like checking, right? It's check through to
Exactly.
like take a look at every pencil and this is the blue, this is the green, this is gold. Where's the yellow one? You go through like every single pencil. Yeah.
Right.
So went through the whole database, checking each protein one by one. Okay. And in the end, he came across one protein. Okay, this one is the one he was looking for. So, Ante, if I trace this one into the THE, how do you pronounce? How do you say that?
He came across. I guess in this sentence you could say the protein that had increased.
Right. If I change to THE, so in the end, he came across the protein. No, we say in the end, he came across the protein that had increased from the early stages of the disease. Right, Ante?
Yeah, I think you can change the pronunciation of the to the in this sentence.
This is something we don't teach at Japanese school because like the protein, the P is not a vowel. So we should say the, but like actually you use the when you want to like, how do you say, well, when you want to make it like strong expression or I'm currently forgot the word.
To sort of stress.
Exaggerate.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exaggerate or stress something.
Yeah, stress something. Yeah. So this time you say in the end, he came across the protein that had increased from the early stage of the disease. He had found a marker. Yeah. Yeah. So this is about what I wanted to tell you guys. Okay, and let's go back to the worksheet. Okay, hold on. Okay, now I will share the worksheet. And Ante, could you explain the worksheet real quick? I think, yep, it's right here. Let's start from A. Let's go.
All right, so part A, choose the correct title. So which is the best title for paragraph 4, paragraph 5, and paragraph 6? You have to choose from A, B, C, D, E, or F. Okay, so for paragraph 4, the correct answer is A, the wall Jack hit. The wall Jack hit. So Onozawa-sensei, can you tell me what is the wall Jack hit? What was it?
Oh, the wall. Oh, they're talking about the wall?
Yeah, so what is the wall?
Oh, the wall's like there's like too many like proteins.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
the proteins are like a lot.
8,000 proteins.
Yeah.
It's too difficult.
Yeah, the number of protein database was no less than 8,000. So it was really hard to go through every protein. That was the huge wall.
Exactly. Yep. So the fact that there was 8,000 proteins, this was a wall that Jack hit. It was very difficult to overcome that obstacle. Okay. So 4 is A. Then number 5, the correct answer is E, Uncle Ted's advice. So you can see in paragraph 5, it talks about Ted's advice. It was remember the patient, he said. Okay, so paragraph 5 is E. Then for paragraph 6, the answer is F, the discovery of the marker. Discovery of the marker. Okay, so 4 is A, 5 is E, and 6 is F. So what about B? Why is this not correct? So they mention in paragraph 5, I think, they talk about Jack's dream to be a doctor. So this is Jack's dream, not Ted's dream. So B is not correct. Letter C is how to use the internet. Paragraph 4 mentions on the internet, he found a database, but paragraph 4 doesn't talk about how to use the internet. So yeah, this option C, is not appropriate. And then D is Jack's failures. I don't think it doesn't mention anything about failures. It mentioned he hit a wall, but that's a little bit different to a failure. Failure sounds like you have given up. Whereas if you hit a wall, it's kind of a challenge, but it doesn't mean that you've given up. So I don't think D is appropriate for any of the paragraphs. Okay. Let's move to part B, which is answer true or false. So number 1, Jack found a database which seemed to be useful for him. So this is true. B1 is true. B2, Jack decided to be a doctor because Uncle Ted told him to. So B2, this is false, okay? So Jack decided to be a doctor. It was his decision. That's what he wanted to do. Uncle Ted didn't tell him to do anything. It was Jack's dream to be a doctor. Okay, so B2 is false. B3, Jack tried to make a new protein, which could be a cure for pancreatic cancer. So this is false, okay? So nowhere in paragraph 4 or 5 or 6 does it mention that Jack tried to make a protein, okay? So he went through a database and found a protein. He didn't make it. So B3 is false, okay? Let's move to part C. Choose the 2 correct sentences. So have a quick look through these 5 sentences and choose the 2 correct ones, okay? So I'll tell you the answers now. So the first correct sentence is sentence number 1. Jack thought that some kind of protein could be a clue for detecting pancreatic cancer earlier.
And sorry to cut in, I have a question. What is clue? What does a clue mean?
A clue, how can I explain a clue? So if you think of like maybe a crime story, like or a movie or a book, usually like a detective, a person who tries to solve the crime, they find clues to help them solve the crime. So I don't know, maybe they find a footprint and then they can use that footprint to test other people's shoe size. So that footprint is a clue. It helps them to find who did the crime.
Yeah, and also like a clue is used in the daily conversation wise, like, do you have any clue? I have no clue, right?
Right, that's like idea.
Yeah, just like, yeah, similar to idea. I have no clue. That means I don't have any idea or like any solution, right? So I think clue is the kind of new word for students. Okay, sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're all right. So yes, so C1 is one of the correct sentences. Okay, and the other correct sentence is sentence number 4. Okay, so Uncle Ted's words made Jack decide to check as many as 8,000 proteins. Okay, so that is correct. It's like it says in paragraph 6, that those words kept Jack going. Okay, so Uncle Ted's advice kept Jack going. Okay, so quickly look at the other sentences. So sentence 2, why is sentence 2 incorrect? It says pancreatic cancer increases the number of kinds of proteins in its early stages. Okay, so this kind of sounds like it is correct. It uses the same language as paragraph 4 and 5 and 6, but actually this is not what pancreatic cancer does. It doesn't increase the number of proteins. Okay, so what Jack was doing is he was trying to find one kind of protein, one single kind of protein that by itself naturally increases if someone has pancreatic cancer. Okay, so it was only one kind of protein. This is number of kinds. Okay, so that's why C2 is not correct. C3, it says there were only a few databases about proteins on the internet. So actually in paragraph 4, he says he came across one database. So it's not a few databases, just one database. And then C5, it says Jack's dream was to be a doctor like Uncle Ted to help people. So again, with C5, nowhere in paragraph 4, 5, or 6 does it say that Uncle Ted was a doctor. So that's why it's not correct. Uncle Ted was not a doctor. Okay, so C, the answers are 1 and 4. 1 and 4. Now let's move to part D. Choose the correct answer. For D1, it says, according to paragraph 4, Jack found that something, something. Okay, so the answer for D1 is B. The number of proteins in the database he came across was large. Okay, so that's what he found. He found that the number of proteins was very large, 8,000. And then D2 says, according to paragraph 5, Uncle Ted once suggested to Jack that something, something. So for D2, the answer is A. Jack should focus on his patients if he faced obstacles as a doctor. Okay, that's similar to kids saying, remember the patient. Okay, so D2, the answer is A. And then to D3, it says, according to paragraph 6, Jack tried to something. So for D3, the answer is C. Check all the proteins in the database. Okay. So he tried to check all the proteins in the database. Okay. So those are the answers for part D. Now for part E, answer in English, question 1. What did Jack find on the internet? This is an easy question, I think. So the answer is Jack found a database of proteins found in pancreatic cancer patients. Okay, so he found a database of proteins found in pancreatic cancer patients. So not just proteins, this is specifically proteins that have been found in pancreatic cancer patients. Okay, that's E1. And then for E2, why did Jack hit a wall? Another easy question, I think. So why did he hit a wall? It's because there were too many proteins to check. Or you can say there were so many proteins to check. So you remember there was no less than 8,000 proteins, okay? So he hit a wall because there were so many proteins to check. That's the answer for E2, and that's all the answers.
All right, thank you, Ante. Yeah, now we learned a lot about proteins, you know?
Yeah.
They're like no less than 8,000 kinds of proteins. I didn't know that.
I wonder how many there are. I'm going to Google it now. Google Sensei.
Kinds of proteins?
How many kinds of proteins in the human body? Google says there are between 80,000 and 400,000.
Wow, 80,000.
Yeah, between 80,000 and 400,000. That's a big range.
Oh, 80,000 to 400,000. Wow, it's like much more than like 10 times as, you know, much as Jack's, as many as Jack's like, you know, proteins.
A lot.
It's a lot.
Lucky he didn't have to go through 400,000.
Yeah. That's impossible. Oh,
I would have given up.
But you know, whenever you feel like to give up, remember the patient. That's what Ted says.
Lucky I'm not a doctor.
Oh well. Maybe I'm not. Maybe like we can be a doctor. We cannot be a doctor to save people.
Maybe not.
All right. So that's all about lesson 3, part 2, and we'll go on to part 3 tomorrow at 2 o'clock. All right. A teenager to change the world. Jack is about to change the world. I mean, about to like change the world now. I mean, he's already, you know, changing with the, you know, his research.
Yes.
Looking forward to the ending. How like what's gonna happen in the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all for today, and I'm gonna stop recording. Then I'll take the question if you have afterwards. All right. That's it. Thank you, Ante. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye-bye.